pretty simple. We're gonna fast forward through every episode because we don't know how to connect this TV to YouTube.
Yes.
So we're gonna just fast forward through every episode to the Malik scenes, and we're gonna react to that.
Who are you?
It is still so extra.
It's inevitable. After each move, I get the itch to redecorate. Normally, I love a dirty layer. This one's just sloppy.
Oh my god. He does he literally not get that he's being flirted with right now?
He doesn't understand anything.
I
He's
believe
dumb.
in pain and surrender. Oh, the only other person I've known who could draw as well was Michelangelo, who was excellent in bed, I might add.
I'm like dropping hints.
I love his reaction. He's like,
Okay.
I don't know.
We're ready.
Oh.
Everyone take your
But
right
also I
focus
love
on the pentagram.
how Magnus is so obvious. He's like,
Am I dropping enough hints? Do you get it now?
me too, bitch.
Every time we touch.
Gotta go.
Playing hard to get.
A cute phone case.
I love a challenge.
Oh, yes.
Parallels, baby.
We love it. Do you think he was nervous? That sounded really
Alex?
rehearsed. No, Magnus. That sounded really rehearsed. But, like, he always
Well,
just
he's opening his
speaking.
heart up after 100 years. Of course he's gonna be nervous. Is that Magnus's place?
Yeah.
Should
But I mean, it's not
not
a
Malik.
Alec. Something like that. Until Virgin Shadowhunter energy.
Oh my god,
Which
that's
was
my
around here.
favorite line.
Yeah, just a little bit back.
I know what you need to do.
How could I have doubted him?
You are my
Enemies.
son.
No, I can't lose him.
Oh no, look at this great
Hey,
lighting.
goodbye to Miss Magnus Banger. Seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
The bark will stop the transformation for now, but it needs
He
to
looks
stop the
so good.
system. And I don't have all the ingredients here. One more thing. I need Alexander.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, why do you need Alec?
Virgin Shadowhunter energy. That's fun so much.
Yeah.
That's.
I
Oh
can't.
my god. You literally always, every single time you lose
I lose my gosh darn mind.
your gosh darn mind over that line every time.
Virgin Shadowhunter energy.
Oh, you're right.
That's my favorite line ever. We were there at that church.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Cosplay baby.
Yeah. Link in description.
Oh yeah, link in description. Check out me and my brother's
Super
cosplay.
Magnus scenes.
I know, me too. I feel like he
He looks
deserves
so
more.
good in this episode too. Like,
Just the looks.
oh man,
Help me.
that's soft.
I need your strength.
Take what you need.
They're so dramatic.
Yes.
Aww, I smile.
Yes, Luke. Oh, that color
Oh,
change.
Aw. They're still holding hands.
Yes, they are.
Okay?
Oh, that is so soft. What?
Alex so nice. He sticks around to help out, even though Magnus
He's
is
such a
such his
husband.
magic. Yeah, he really is. Immortal husbands. The whole way. Todd and Matt, if you're listening, Alex gonna be immortal.
Of
Not
course
gonna
he
be
is.
any-
It doesn't. They don't need us. They don't need us to tell them that. They're like, don't spoil the show.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, just go back. Why are you?
I'm
skipping?
sorry. Izzy looks really good in this, by the way.
I mean, Izzy always looks good.
To us.
He didn't say anything to them. Like he's like accepting all this. Oh my god.
Why would he fight it?
Right.
Why did you ask for me? I'm Jason Clare and we're both here.
Because he likes you.
Jason tell you? Doesn't matter. It was a lie anyway.
Aww.
The Warlock's always this cryptic.
I'm not being cryptic. I'm being coy. Let me spell it out for you.
He's gonna need it.
Yeah, he's clueless.
I wanted to see you again.
Why? Why'd you
Oh
come?
my god.
Why did you come?
Gays this clueless? I don't get it.
I'm not sure.
For almost a century, I've closed myself off to feeling anything for anyone, man or woman. You've unlocked something in me.
Oh my god. Say something.
I was dumb as shit, man.
Oh my god.
Hey, I love it. I don't know what.
I understand.
This is the cutest thing I've literally ever
Save
seen
for just
in
one
my
more
life.
drink,
He's so smitten too.
and
He's
then
like,
decide.
I don't remember anything.
okay,
Okay.
we don't care. Stay for one more drink, and then we know he did because of that flashback, baby.
And because the next episode, he kills him to the Institute way.
You're right, you're right. Is that important?
No, it's okay. He just skips episode 7, even though Magnus wears that outfit again.
I want to see him.
Also, Alec and Luke. What a stepfather, stepson
Oh yeah.
concept.
We need to make sure no magic was used to make this. I'm calling the nearest High Warlock to come in to consult.
Yeah, yeah.
Come here to the institute.
Yes, is there a problem?
No, not at all. Magnus is quite magical.
He said that.
He's very.
Come on. I want to get my hands on that thing.
Speaking of which, how is Alexander? I was hoping I might hear from him.
Don't say that to someone's sibling.
What else? Oh, babysitting Chase.
Drag him.
And dealing with our parents who are trying to find him a wife. Sorry.
It's quite all
Just
right.
kind of drops bombs
I
on
suppose
everybody.
Alec is
Like,
just following his duty.
Magnus.
Okay, I'm back.
also, Alec did that on purpose.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
we agree
Oh,
on
you
that,
don't have to
right?
get dressed up for me.
He doesn't.
Fine. I like what I saw.
Man, no
I have the preliminary autopsy findings.
Don't give these to me. Just go to the head of the institute.
And it is.
I'm not. I never will be. Magnus, it's like my whole life.
Just
It's been a
opens up
lie.
to him. Like,
Everything I've ever known is
It's not what you thought.
That bisexual wedding though.
Oh
I've
my
done
god,
everything
you're right.
for my parents, for the Clive, and
It's amazing.
I've done everything that they've asked.
Maybe you should start living for yourself. Do what's in your heart.
Oh.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think you're right.
He didn't mean propose, dummy. Can we just talk about how like Alec just opens up to him like that?
Yeah, he literally
Like he's
just-
known him for like one day, and
Quiet, Camille.
He's the evidence.
he's known him for one day,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Wow, my life is in shambles."
Yeah, like,
Magnus, can you help me? And then he's like, "Do what's in your heart." Like,
wow.
wow.
You're right.
Yeah,
I
you're
really-
right. Like soulmates. This
So
is
like
like
the
the pinnacle.
instant connection that you felt. And I mean, Magnus does open up to him earlier. He's like, I'm in love with you. And I was like, okay, sure. Handled that badly, but
Yeah, and he just like, "Oh, you don't have to get dressed up for me." First of all, he didn't. He
He
just put
didn't,
on
yeah.
his hoodie, unzipped. So, you know, he knew what he was doing.
He knew.
He
He
knew
was
exactly.
flirting.
He was flirting for sure. Which is a bit weird because it's like, Alec, where's your head at, man?
no,
It's
I mean,
okay.
I think he was like, yeah, he wanted to go on a date. He stayed for drinks. He was like on and off. He was like, oh, I can't, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
and then he's like, never mind, I'm gonna marry your woman.
Where might I find her?
I haven't seen her, but if I do, I'll send her your way.
But he's so confused because they were just flirting.
Yeah. He's like, you were shirtless. You
No,
said
you weren't.
you'd follow your heart. Like, what's going on?
What are you doing there?
Also, Magnus's makeup looks really good.
Yeah, everyone else's makeup sucked this season, and then Magnus just looking like a snipe the whole
Yeah.
time. What's up with that?
He's so
Pink Panther
beautiful.
thing playing. Oh, that terrible CGI. I like the fact that I literally never look at Jesus' face.
Yeah,
It's
and
always
oh,
somewhere
same.
else.
I'm always just like bottom corner of the street.
I meant to thank you for your advice.
You didn't use it, but okay.
No, you're a traditional guy. Yeah, I am. That's why I proposed to Lydia.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
Interesting.
Oh my god, stop.
It makes sense. It's a solid partnership for both of us.
Solid partnership. That's hot. Well, okay then. Congratulations. Marriage is a wonderful institution. And then I would know.
You will.
Goodbye, Alexander.
Stop. I want to cry.
I haven't said this out loud before, but I'm gonna say it now.
Wait, I'm gonna pause
I'm
it.
like 90% sure. I'd say 99% sure. Like that was the moment Magnus realized, like he was in love or something.
Okay, the way he delivers that line, like solid partnership, that's hot. That kills me every time. Like that's my favorite. Like
Yes.
honestly, that's probably my favorite from the whole show. Just like
Every
the way
time
he
Magnus
said
says
it.
anything, you're like, that's a favorite line from the whole show.
Okay, no, but that one especially, okay, because I don't know, it breaks your heart because he's being kind of like a little bit passive aggressive.
Yeah,
Kind of, he's just like
very
he's
passive,
hurting.
yeah.
He's hurting, and you could see it in the way he said it. So he's trying to
Harrison
cover it
Jr.
up.
invented acting.
Maybe the police force wasn't my call. So I opened up a rare bookstore. Now I'm doing what I love. Thanks, Magnus Bane.
My life models.
I'm Magnus Bane. Coming today for a tarot card and psychic reading. I'll help you find your way.
He's not wearing his glasses in the rest of the episode, and I'm very angry about that.
They're good
Because
glasses.
they're adorable.
I love the way he smiles too.
You-
Like he's so cute. He's a cutie. Izzy was so cute in this episode.
Oh my god. I know.
Really relatable.
This was like a really cute episode. I wish we could go back there.
Yeah.
Season 3,
They really need to.
deliver.
Maya, we need to see AU Maya.
Oh my god, yes. Can you imagine what she's gonna be like?
What seems to be the problem? This one wants to crash the party.
He's gonna settle.
I'll be responsible for this one.
Yes,
Come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love how this Magnus Raj feud still goes on like in the AU world.
To us. And you are
Magnus Bane.
Alec Langwood.
Thanks, but I gotta go.
Oh no.
Playing hard to get. I love a challenge.
Whoever wrote this episode, I like them.
Yeah, and honestly, to see Alec being so comfortable and happy with himself, like he's like his best self, and I'm like, wow, I can't wait to see him develop into that version of himself now that he's okay.
Yeah.
Like he's good. He's good.
Yeah, you're putting on. I'm just stuttering and crying, and you're like putting it into words, and you're like, yeah.
Thank you. I need to say it because it's how I feel on the inside, and you should know. Blood calls to blood. Is there
It's-
anything there?
Yes. Dude, Lawyer Magnus.
Lawyer Magnus
Is so hot.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
He's actually the hottest.
He's so hot.
You put the cup on trial.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
That was the best line of the show. I know you're right. Anything Magnus does.
Every single thing he says. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Think of me when you shoot your arrows.
I'm still mad. Matthew Daddario, if you're seeing this, I'm so pissed that you're the reason that they didn't put that line in there because you should have. It's your job to act, okay?
Will it take long? I have a life to live, and there's not much for us to talk about.
It's not about me or
So, since, as you all say, the law is the law, there's no stopping me from slipping through this gaping loophole. For the right price.
name it.
You. In fact, I'll do you pro bono.
Oh my god.
What else tells me that your sister means enough for you to make a real sacrifice?
Really thirsty every time in his face.
Oh, I know. Your bow and quiver.
Also, he looked really good. He looks so good.
Are we gonna say that every time?
We're gonna say it every
because
time.
we're gonna be saying it every 5
It's the
seconds.
truth, and we should say it. Okay?
I mean, you're right.
To have this case dismissed.
Emoji
You're
is
out
so
of
much.
order.
She's so annoying.
This whole thing is out of order. It's not Isabel's fault. It's the cup. Put the cup on trial.
name. She's like, did you just say that? Oh my god.
Didn't even count the
Really,
demons.
really did that.
Still
Okay, can I just say that suit?
It'd be so sad.
Yeah.
I'm
You can say
shaking.
it. You can say it. I'm quivering.
I'm quivering. But look at Magnus. He's so like self-sacrificing. Like he's doing all of this because he cares. Even though he knows Alec is like Alex rejected him.
Yeah.
This case.
He's still a great person because
He
that's who
is.
he is. He's the best man. I wish a man like Magnus existed. But
Harrison Jr. Here's a.
Harrison Beer, please contact us. We're here.
How's your wife?
We have some business to settle.
Did you see him? Check him out.
You'll be lonely all your life, and so will she. Neither of you deserve it. And I don't either.
That's so true. You deserve better. You did good for me. Think of me when you shoot your arrows. We did what
Just
you
like-
couldn't
just
do,
like-
Matthew. When he's like, yes, I do, Magnus. Yeah, that's what you're gonna say when you marry him. At the end of season 3. Malik. Okay, can we just talk about how they named the episode Malik?
They
I
really
couldn't
did that.
believe that they did that.
I thought it was a featurette or something.
I know, same. I was like, Malik, like, is this a joke? Like, I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but like,
Like,
who names an
yeah.
episode after a ship? Like, only
They do.
Shadowhunters.
They do. And they had my full respect ever since they did that.
They know.
Hello, Magnus. Said you needed to talk to me.
Nice to see you, Alec. I wasn't sure if you'd come.
Oh, he looks so good.
You know how I hate to drink alone.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah,
that
come
hurt
here
me.
to drink.
Swerve.
Do you have any information?
Just tell me you're in love with Lydia, and I'll stop.
I don't know.
The thing is, he doesn't have to be so honest.
Why do you keep pushing?
I know, but he is.
It's just
Why do you keep pushing?
it's confusing me.
He's stuttering.
Confusion is part of it. That's how you find out if something's there. Emotions are never black and white. They're more like symptoms.
Dr. Magnus.
You lose your breath every time they enter a room.
Even Magnus enters the
Your
scene.
heart beats faster when they walk by. Your skin tingles when they stand close enough to feel their breath. I know you feel what I feel, Alec.
I don't have any clue what I feel. So back off.
Oh. That hurt me
It's all
again.
just a game to you, isn't it? You flirt, you laugh, you use magic.
Stop his
But at the end of the
face.
day, what do you risk? Even if I did feel something for you. I'm gonna give up my life for you?
Yes.
I have to do what's right for me. I could lose my family, my career, everything.
I love the dramatic irony of me knowing he's gonna get
so
everything he's ever
bad.
wanted.
You have a choice to make.
I know.
Will not ask again.
And then he disappears like the dramatic person he is. Wow, I'm just so shook.
Are you okay?
I'm not okay. That was really sad.
It's cold in here too, so I'm like shivering like the
There's a
entire
blanket.
time. Yeah, give me a blanket.
Like that was really, really upsetting. You want me to give up my whole life for you? Well, look at that contrast to the
I know,
season
right?
3 trailer. How much would you sacrifice for love?
Oh my
Everything.
God.
And look, he's gonna get, like you said, everything he's ever wanted.
Yeah, I love knowing that.
Yes,
I love
because he's living
standing.
his truth.
I'm working on my write-up.
Good. That's a good punch.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Well, this conversation
Thank
is
you for stopping me straight. I appreciate
Remind me
you so
what
much.
occasion is at my place. At least there we'd have cocktails. Well then, where is
King
our
of not
tardy
being
little
able to
tutor?
by the way.
There are certain individuals that I like to avoid, so let's make this quick.
Pardon the delay, Magnus. I was following up on a lead.
Now, we've never
Like
down
sense the
from
trainer on him.
loss.
Yeah.
These two.
I'm the only one Ragnar trusts. Besides, I've played my last hand here. Even I know when to fold.
Magnus.
Yikes.
Know you were here?
You don't want to tarnish your family's perfectly crafted image now, do you?
Oh, that is so intense.
Again, lovely seeing you, Magnus.
Oh, his old his friend.
I love this scene with like Clary telling Lydia that like you know your boyfriend is gay. What are you doing this? What's wrong with you?
And I feel like Lydia's a little overhyped. Like,
Yeah, I feel like she's chill, but she's like not great.
she's not great. Like, she wouldn't have gone through with it if she was great.
Yeah.
Right?
Camille broke my heart.
You let her break your heart, my friend. You're immortal. She killed you.
I love that line.
I love Ragnar. I love Ragnar's ghost just showing up. Get laid, bitch.
You remember Imasu? He played this so beautifully.
I'm surprised that lasted as long as it did. He was always so much better looking than you.
Impossible. Go on.
I don't understand why you didn't go after the boy. I'm certain with very little effort you could have won him back.
No. Imasu wanted more than I can give. Maybe Camille was right. I am immortal. I can party and have fun to my heart's content without the anchors of love around my feet.
You are not Camille, and though I know you won't believe me, someday someone will come along who will tear down those walls you've built around your heart.
Soulmates.
When that love comes back to you, you must do everything in your power to fight for it.
So was Ragnar like a freaking poet or something?
He should have been.
Beautiful. Sad. Oh, happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
Somewhere.
Yes. Get it.
You ready for this?
Sad as I'll ever be. Glad you're here with me.
Wouldn't be anywhere else.
To quote my brother, why are you looking at each other? You nasty.
The song. Sorry. No, it's okay. I feel that. He looks good. She looks good. And yet Magnus shows up all of them. He really does. You're right, she's too happy about this.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
way too happy.
It is time for Alec Lightwood and Lydia Brandwell to mark each other with the wedded union.
Did you thought?
Oh, honey, that is gay ass.
A moon on the heart, a union is born.
Sorry. Wait.
I love this song.
I was literally just about to say that. Oh my god. Imagine being this iconic.
What's that warlock doing here?
She's stealing the room.
Izzy, did Alec invite Magnus?
I did. But I didn't think he'd show.
Izzy doesn't know how to whisper. I'm not
Magnus, leave this wedding now.
Maris, this is between me and your son.
It sure is.
I'll leave if he asks me to.
But pink streak in his hair though, he knew what he was doing.
I also love that he doesn't have to say anything to Alec.
You gonna be okay, buddy?
No, he's dying.
I can't breathe.
I know. It's okay.
I can't do this. I
I
thought we
love
were doing
this
it.
song.
This isn't it.
You don't have to explain.
Lydia, I'm sorry.
You deserve to be happy.
This one as well. I know this song.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Let's get it. How many times have I seen this scene? Every time, it's chills. Cinematography. Yeah. Music. Subtle changes in expressions. And then said acting. It's like, oh, he's doing it! Oh my god. It's gonna be cool. Enough. You
Tell him.
Yes.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
And then it goes in again.
Oh my god, he really did that. I still can't believe he did that. It's been like 2 years. I can't believe he did that.
You never cease to amaze me, Alec.
Yeah. What did I just do?
He blacked out.
I kissed Magnus Bane, so.
Alec, I am so proud of you.
Aww.
I'm watching the live version of The Graduate. You know,
They
the best
reclaimed
part
that
from the
trope.
amazing one. You know?
Who invited the vampire? Seriously?
Seriously? Alec, stop being mean. He's your best friend.
Hey.
Also, Simon and Izzy are so tiny. Okay,
But you
skip
just
this
did
scene. We don't need.
That's the reason why I watched that show.
Yeah.
Like that scene, I saw it and I was like, wow, I need more.
And now you have humiliated us in front of the most respected members of the Clave. I don't even recognize you anymore.
I'm the same person I've always been. Now everything's just out in the open.
I love him.
And all for a downworlder.
Shh, you need to shut up. Shut your mouth.
As far as coming out goes, though, that was really iconic.
That's next level. Nobody will ever compare.
Calling off the wedding would have been one thing. But kissing that warlock in front of the
You know you have to do it to him.
You've embarrassed all of us.
Why? Because he's a guy?
Oh, the fact that he is a guy, as you say, is the least of my worries.
You know when people say that, they're like, we're not
What's
homophobic.
it called?
And you're just thinking, you are.
Even for a warlock, he's a bit of a Lothario. Alec, there's so much that you
The fact
don't
that he's
know about
Magnus
him.
Bane, you
Well,
should
then I
be
plan to get to
crying.
know him.
Tears of
If you
joy
follow
that
me,
he
I
landed
suggest
the
you
best
deal
man
with
in the entire universe.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
I have
it's
to go
not
find
like
Lydia.
Robert
He's
gets
probably
everything.
packing
Yeah.
your address in your father's office.
Give it to
Don't
Liz.
underestimate a parent's love.
What is he
You don't-
talking about?
Everything happened so fast. I didn't have time to think. Just
Can
want
we
to make sure
pause for a
that
second? Because
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry,
understand.
I love this. I low-key hate that part because he doesn't say, of course not,
Exactly.
of course
Like
not, or
he's
anything.
worrying Magnus. Like Magnus is worried.
And then like in what season 2 of 1, he's like, I know I'm allowed to get used to. Like he's like being self-deprecating like the entire time. For like, I'm allowed to get used to.
Oh.
He's been like self-deprecating for like the longest time. And he's like, yeah, no, it's okay, it's whatever, it's me. And it's like, no, you're an angel, and Alec loves you. It just he's just
Dumb.
he's dumb.
Dumb
He's
as
an
shit.
idiot.
Yeah. No, he doesn't regret it. Of
No,
course,
of course he
not. Look
doesn't
at him.
regret it.
Look at the way he smooched you on the lips. Beautiful.
Twice.
Or
Look at this, the different color palettes here. What happened season 2?
Yeah, I know. Like season 1 was like beautiful.
Yeah.
Like season 2 was like.
I mean, the effects sucked. The makeup mostly sucked. A
Yeah.
lot of things sucked about season 1, but the lighting was not one of those. Yeah.
This place creeps me out.
Yeah, let's check the perimeter.
good idea. If I know Camille, she'll have a trick or 3 up her sleeve.
Let's
So
take the
good.
perimeter.
Why do you hate this
Uh-huh.
place?
And then they like immediately get kidnapped. They weren't checking no perimeter.
I know you don't want to hear it, so I'll just say it once. Whatever I felt for Camille, it's ancient history. Almost literal.
Yeah, but what she said about you being immortal, she's right. You watch the people you care about age and die.
Alexander, I may be the High Warlock of Brooklyn, but even I can't see the future.
They're ready. They moved to the outside.
Oh, come on. They were talking.
Jocelyn's spell is very powerful.
I'm sad now. Also, he looks like a snack.
Oh my god, she. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, wrapping up season 1. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Very, very
Season
iconic.
2 is where it gets good. I mean, this was great, but season 2 is where it gets
Episode
good.
18, I'm not ready.
Oh my god.
Because that episode just destroyed me. It was, I think it's the best one of the show.
Yeah, I think it's the best one.
It's the best
It's
one.
It's definitely my favorite. Thank you
Till
for
then.
watching.
That's it.
Yeah, say goodbye.
Oh, bye guys.
We should get some sleep. I'm like, so, I need
Yeah,
sleep.
it's
I'm
almost like 1 in
delirious.
the morning,
Yeah.
so